Jill.
I thought I was asleep. When'd you get home?
About 20 minutes ago. Look, do you want me to raise this up a little for you?
Uh-huh.
I stopped by Ryan's to drop off my stuff, and everybody was in the middle of a party for Faith and Pat.
I know.
I'm surprised your keeper allowed the good news to filter through.
Well, he did let me see Faith yesterday. And I did get all your messages.
And the most important of which was I love you. You're all right. The baby's all right. And we're finally through with this trouble, Jill.
So, tell me, did the divorce really go as quickly as you thought?
The two lawyers were ready for me. I mean, we were on the court calendar by 9 a.m. Everything was in order, and voila. This is my copy of the decree.
Delia knows?
Yeah. Tell me about the baby.
Oh, well, you talked to Seneca, didn't you?
Now, look, Faith says that if we are extremely careful, Dr. Wolf expects you to go to term. And that the isolation, the rest, the sedation really turned the trick.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Although I didn't see any drastic changes. I really spent most of my time lying here and thinking about you.
You know, as much as I've resented Seneca for his interference, his interest in you, and his attitude in general, I really have to be grateful to him.
Frank?
No, you see, he was the one who insisted on the isolation and the rest, and he was right. And in a way, he gave our baby back to us.
No.
Oh, I know. I can sit here and be mellow about it because I didn't have to stay here in bed and take orders from him. But I gotta tell you, I haven't been as happy and as at peace with myself in months. And I guess a little of it is spilling over on Seneca.
Oh, dear God.
Chill. It's over now. It's all right. We have each other. We have the baby. And for the first time in our lives, there's nothing to keep us apart.
But there is. I don't want to do this.
Am I supposed to know what you're talking about?
No. I have to explain, but before I do, I want you to know something. I love you.
You don't have to tell me that.
Before I knew you, I never loved anyone. Because I didn't begin to understand loving until you. And there has been no one since. And there will never be anybody to love in the same way again. I truly believe that. Everything that we share together. Everything that we explore, hope for, search together for. I really think it only happens once because it's too intense and too wonderful to bear again.
Well, fortunately for us, once is forever.
I hope that's true.
What are you trying to say, Jill?
It's about last summer, when you'd gone back to Delia. And I believed it was finally over for us, and that we'd never be together again.
Yeah, that was not a very happy time for us, was it?
It was grim. I thought I knew all there was to know about loneliness. I was wrong. And I was so grateful for the work involved in Seneca's trial. It gave me something to do that had no association with you.
I had mixed feelings about that.
Yeah.
God, I hated seeing the two of you together.
Well, he was one of the worst clients that I have ever encountered. But he was alone, and so sure he had done the right thing, and simply at peace because he believed he was at peace with Nell. I liked him. I felt sorry for him.
I noticed.
He wanted the jail sentence. He wanted to be punished. But not for taking Nell off life support when he believed she was already dead already, but for all those years that were empty and frustrating for her. He even said that he wanted to lose his medical license, but he didn't. That was the one thing he had left, and so much a part of him that he couldn't imagine anybody taking it away from him. Only they did. I picked him up the morning he was released from jail. He asked me what the decision was, and I told him. And I knew exactly what he was feeling. Absolutely empty. And totally alone. So I offered him a few days at the beach house to think things through. And as much or as little of my company as he pleased.
Go on.
When I came back from the beach house, I realized that you left Delia. You asked me what happened between Seneca and me, and I told you that we were friends. And that was true. But we made love.
You lied to me.
No, it was true. We were friends. I didn't love him. I don't love him. It was friendship and compassion and loneliness.
Well, why didn't you tell me then?
I was afraid you wouldn't understand. You don't understand.
You're right. I don't. And there's something else I don't understand. If you have so little faith in my perception, why are you telling me all this now?
First, I want you to know that I never stopped loving you, not for a minute. And I didn't love him. I only wanted him to feel a little less alone.
Oh, you're just one of those girls who likes to sleep with her friends, that's all.
Oh, please don't do that.
Jill, I don't care why it happened. But I am kind of curious to know how long it went on.
It didn't. It began and ended at the beach house.
That's interesting. Oh, I remember that afternoon very well. I knew it was all over with Delia. And I wanted you, maybe more than I've ever wanted anything or anyone in my life. But you said no. You wouldn't let me live with you. You wouldn't stay with me. You wouldn't make love because, as you said so generously, so bravely, because of a possible scandal, the primary, my political career.
Yes.
It was because of Seneca.
No.
Yeah, well, he's very much in love with you.
It meant much more to him than it did to me.
That's why he won't back off. That explains it all. The directions, all those orders, the phone calls any time of the night or day. I mean, that's why he's so interested in our child.
The baby is what it's really all about.
Oh, my God.
When I first found out I was pregnant, I thought... At first, I just naturally assumed that
Okay,
this...
don't tell me anymore. I finally figured it out for myself.
Let me finish.
I don't want to hear it from you. The baby is not mine.
No.
It's Seneca's. Seneca's.
It should be yours. There's no man in the world that I want to father my child like you.
Yeah.
Frank, listen to me. Please. A couple of things. One, I love you. Two, there was nothing between Seneca and me after that weekend. We came back from the beach house and I found out that you'd left Delia and it was over with Seneca. Instantly. Or so I thought.
I remember that day you came back. We met at Ryan's. Then we went over to your apartment and he was there. I asked you about that. You said he was strictly a friend. You just spent 2 days making love with him.
And you just spent 2 days having your life turned upside down. I couldn't tell you then.
Or any time since.
Do you know how many times I tried?
Jill, when you really want to do something, you do it. And nothing stops you. Now, why? Why couldn't you have just told me then?
So many reasons, one after the other. The custody hearing for little John was coming up. Frank, you were proposing me as the best person to take care of your son. A reliable stepmother, a stable home. Those were your two strongest arguments. Should I have told you then?
Yes.
And what would you have told the judge? At that point, little John was the person that mattered the most. I was so terrified you'd lose him because of me.
And after the hearing?
I was unconscious in the hospital. You overheard a medical report, and there was no way for me to explain that.
Well, Faith never said it was my child. I just naturally assumed that when she told Pat you were pregnant, that the child was mine as well.
Of course you did. When I came to, Faith told me that you'd already told Maeve and Johnny, and that they were welcoming this baby into the family. Why do you suppose I cried every time I looked at you?
Oh, God, what a damn fool I was.
You weren't. You were beautiful. When you took me home from the hospital, that week we shared together was the best, most beautiful time of my life.
I thought it was the start of our life.
I
Finally.
wanted that to be true, desperately.
But it was a lie.
I took those 7 days. It was weak and it was selfish, but I did it. And I really believe that all those feelings that we shared were honest ones.
But they were based on a lie.
The last day of that week, I came to your office. I was going to tell you about the baby and Seneca, everything. All of a sudden, I found myself in the middle of a miscarriage. If that had happened, if I had lost the baby, it would have been you and me again. Days went by, and I had an 80 or 90% chance of losing the baby. Frank, as long as that was a possibility, I didn't say anything to you. Frank, I love you. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. I was afraid.
If you love me so much, why couldn't you have trusted me enough to see you through all this? And if you're so reluctant to hurt me, why did you put me through hell over the survival of my child? Do you realize I love a child that doesn't even exist?
I did the best I could. One day at a time. There weren't any easy answers. Everything hurt.
I don't deny your pain. I just hate the fact that you shared it with Seneca instead of me.
I didn't tell him. He found out on his own.
I wish I had to.
Frank, I never felt anything for Seneca. I only felt alone.
The bond between the two of you is so strong. Even my mother noticed it. The way he's organized your life. Half the time, he didn't even have to speak. He just looks at you and you understand what you're supposed to do, and you damn well do it! He took over your medical care. He wouldn't give me permission to see you, and he sent me off on that crazy little trip of mine to the Dominican Republic, and while I got my divorce, he saved his child. Well, that's just marvelous. And now the four of us are in great shape, huh? So what's next, kid? What do we do now?
I don't know what comes next. That kind of depends on you.
You must have some plan in mind. After all, you've been making decisions without me for months. What did you expect to happen after you told me the truth?
I hoped you'd try to be fair. I didn't get much further than that.
All right. What's fair? Have you thought about that?
Yes, a great deal. Fair is preserving this baby's life if possible.
And then after its birth?
I told Seneca if I carried the baby to term, I would acknowledge him as the father.
Well, that's just fine.
You asked me what's fair, and I'm telling you. I have some responsibility to Seneca whether I like it or not.
You're also reversing what you earlier said. 1 minute, you're saying that what happens depends on me. And the next, you admit that you've agreed to share the child with Seneca. Now, damn it, that's a multi-year deal. Now, do you take me for a complete fool, or don't you know when you've made a commitment to a man?
Look, I know what you're going through. I know how terrible this is, but I don't deserve that.
I am sorry. It's Seneca's child. And you can't very well steal his child away.
Thank you. Frank, what's fair to you is that if none of this ever happened, and as far as Seneca's concerned, I haven't thought that far. I don't have any answers. When I think about the future, the only thing I'm sure of is that I want you.
I'm afraid I don't come up with any answers myself. This hits me very hard.
I know.
6 years. 7? Since I married Delia. It's been one emotional mess after the other. First, she went to work on me. The demands, the craziness. And it was our affair, which seemed to me a truly honest and open relationship. But I had to surround it with lies. I had to find 1,000 ways to steal time to be with you. Hating my marriage, loving my little boy. My mother always telling me to hang in there, Frank. Hang in. Bouncing back and forth. Back and forth. And now you're asking me to do more of that. Just when I believed it was over.
No. No, I don't want that for you.
You say you want a future with me.
Yes, but a solid one. Not one filled with problems and conflicts.
Well, apparently you see some possibilities I don't. Now tell me, just explain to me how you, me, little John Seneca, and Seneca's child are supposed to find peace together. Just give me a small idea of how that's supposed to happen. Are you willing to hand the child over to Seneca?
I couldn't.
Oh, I didn't think so. What then?
He'd see the child on some regular basis.
That's right. So he'd be in and out of our home just exactly the way he's been in and out of your apartment.
No, I would insist that he...
You'd insist with Seneca? You'd insist what? That he only stop by on Saturdays? Well, suppose this kid gets sick. And we could barricade the place and he'd get in. Unless, of course, we made it regular policy to lie to him. Little John, if Dr. Bolak calls, you just tell him that everything's fine, then hang up quick. Oh, Jillian. I can't play those games anymore. I am after something entirely different in my life. I thought I had it.
All I've tried to do is to tell you that I love you. And I want you. And I regret beyond words that I'm carrying another man's baby, but beyond that, I cannot make predictions.
No, come on, don't do that. Don't. Just say what it is you're asking me to do.
I want you to love me.
On your terms. Which means I'm supposed to raise Seneca Bolak's child. That's what you want, isn't it? You want me to raise Seneca Bolak's child?
I'm not asking anything, Frank. I'm looking for a solution.
Well, it's your affair. Your baby and your lies. I have no solution for any of that.
What about a solution for us? A solution to a problem that I made worse than it had to be by trying mistakenly, but trying just the same to protect the one thing that meant more than anything else to me. Our love for each other.
Suppose you tell me exactly why it meant more than anything else to you. The fact that what we shared was somehow special. That we managed to build something out of all that love and pain and shared experience, that we had our own sacrament. And it was celebrated in trust. And the one thing that we could count on was honesty from each other. Oh my God, I'd like to protect that too. I'd give anything to preserve it. I just don't think it's there anymore. And maybe it never was. Something like our child.
That hurts so much.
Well, what do you expect? You're telling me that you love me? That you want to have a future with me, but that you and Seneca were lovers, and this is his child, and he's entitled to a role in his child's future? Well, that's just terrific. But he's not entitled to a role in mine.
The alternative is to turn the baby over to Seneca to organize and regiment and otherwise bring up without a mother. I can't do that.
All right, then don't. That isn't suitable to you. The other proposal isn't suitable to me. And anyway, Seneca wants both you and the baby.
So what do we do?
I'm not so sure we need to do anything.
Meaning?
Meaning that I'm still back there groping with the fact that you've been lying to me for months.
And that I had an affair with Seneca.
And that you lied about that, too.
I told you we were friends, and we were.
Friends who happened to conceive a child together.
Frank, if you can put aside everything that we've meant to each other for the last 5 years and reduce all those feelings and hopes and sharing to a question of whether or not you can forgive me for a lie, then you're right. There isn't any solution. And we both made a bad investment and a big mistake.
which we can easily rectify.
Or forgive.
How?
All right then, Frank. You go ahead. You have to do it because I can't.
You've already done it.
Not quite.